What's up, everybody? My name is Tony, and first and foremost, I want to just say thanks so much for you stopping by and checking out this video today. So obviously, a couple of months ago, the effects of COVID-19 forced a lot of us who were accustomed to working in the office to our homes to be able to try to work and be productive and maintain our work-life balance. And it's been challenging, right? Like, it's been a transition for sure. I know for me at least. And we're still trying to figure things out, but I wanted to take a few minutes today at least to be able to share with you guys 3 of the things that I do to try to remain productive and to keep a work-life balance while I'm working at home. So if those topics sound interesting to you, I encourage you to stick around. I think you're going to enjoy the video. All right, so let's get into it. My first tip is around your workspace. In order for you to even have an opportunity to be productive working from home, your workspace has to be welcoming. It has to make you feel like you want to work. I'm going to share just a quick snippet of what my workspace looked like when we first went to the pandemic. Check this out. Yeah. So, as you can imagine, I didn't want to spend much time at that desk. You know, I had my monitor going on up there. I had my laptop, a sewing machine, because I was like sewing things, you know, trying to teach myself how to sew. Just like way too much going on a tiny, tiny little desk. And it wasn't really like productive, right? It didn't really allow for me to feel like I wanted to work. And so one of the biggest things that I had to do was to set up a workspace that was going to feel welcoming and one that was going to really encourage me in the morning to get up and go and work. I knew that, working from home for a longer period of time, I was going to need something that was going to be way more inviting, that was really going to make me, feel good about getting up in the morning and starting to work. And so obviously I made a pretty big upgrade to my workstation. I did a lot of research to try to figure out, the best way to set up a desk. And I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, you guys can see, it looks pretty decent behind me. If you all are interested in learning more about like how I set up this workspace and the tech that I use every single day, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to make a video about that. All right, good. So now you got a nice, productive, right, ergonomic, very welcoming workspace. My second tip for you is to take breaks. Man, like whenever we first started working from home, I can recall days where I would start my day at 7:30 in the morning and I would be working until 7 o'clock at night. I would go cook dinner and then I would come back at like 10 and work for another hour just because there was, my computer was up. I would hear like emails coming through. I would hear people IMing and I would just feel like I'm here, so I need to work. I really had to be intentional about like stepping away from my desk and ending my day when the day was over. So one of the main things that I do to make sure that I take breaks is drink water. At the beginning of every day, I fill this bottle up to the brim, and I usually end up drinking 2 of these a day. I fill it up to the brim with water, and what that does is, it's gonna force nature to get me up off of this desk to go and relieve myself a couple times a day. So, if you find yourself sitting at your desk for hours on end, increase how much water you're drinking. 1, it's good for you, right? Your body needs the water. But 2, it's gonna force you to step away for a few minutes here and there, as you would if you were in the office normally. If you find yourself sitting there all day, get a couple glasses of water, drink it throughout the day. It'll break up the day a little bit for you. So another way that I ensure I take breaks throughout the day is I'm always eating lunch away from my desk. I typically start my day, I'll cook breakfast, I'll come in and I'll eat that while I check my emails. But whenever it comes to lunchtime, I eat freshly meals generally for lunch every day. I'll go and heat that up, I'll go sit on the couch, I'll go, do whatever, and I'll step away from my desk. I let my team know that I'm gonna be away for a little while, and I will go and eat my lunch somewhere outside of this room away from this desk. It's really easy to bring your lunch back in, right? Sit down, start back working while you're eating your lunch. And sometimes we have to do that, right? We have like meetings we have to attend where we need to, we have to sit there and eat our lunch. But as much as we can, take your lunch away from your desk. That's gonna give you a nice, big, substantial break in the middle of your day. It'll allow you a moment to really like step away, from what's happening with work and to take a moment for yourself. So I'll say all that to say, eat lunch away from your desk. Just do it. It tastes better. Not at the desk. All right, guys, so here's one other thing that I do that I wasn't gonna talk about, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I bought this Hourglass, and it's really like a 30-minute glass. I mean, maybe, I don't know, are Hourglasses supposed to be an hour the full way, or is it half time? Either way, it's 30 minutes worth of sand in here, not an hour. But what I'll do is I'll put, obviously, like, you know, I'm in meetings and stuff sometimes, but when I'm not in meetings, I will use this Hourglass, I'll turn it over, and whenever the sand finishes running, I'll know, like, hey, I need to step away and take a break. So if you have, you know, access to an Hourglass, and maybe you already have one in your home, bring this to your desk, you know, use it as a way for you to know when you've been working for, you know, 30, 45 minutes, it's time to take a break. We're not the most productive when we're trying to focus on something for hours at a time. So as much as you can try to break that up and figure out unique ways to tell yourself to get away from your desk and to take a break, do that. This is one of the ways that I do it. Last part of this tip is simply this: wrap it up. Okay? It's so easy to sit at this desk, and it's so easy to be working and to just keep going when you know you have things you want to get done. But here's the thing, it can wait. Once the day is over, once 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever time your day ends, hits, wrap it up. And one thing that you should do, one thing that I make sure that I do at the end of the day now, because it stops me from working later in the evening, is close the screen down on my laptop. If I don't close it down, I'll hear emails, I'll hear IMs coming through, I'll hear all these notifications. When I close it, I look in the room, I don't see anything, I'm not hearing anything, so it stops me from coming back in here and starting back working. So wrap up your day on time. It can wait until tomorrow. No one's gonna get value out of it if you're sending it at 9 o'clock at night anyway. They're not gonna read it till the next day. So wrap it up, step away from your computer, go out, enjoy the day, go do something. It can wait until tomorrow. Hey, are you enjoying this video? Has it been pretty good so far? If so, go ahead, take a quick second, press that like button for me, because guess what? It's only gonna get better. No, seriously, go ahead and press it. I'll wait. Did you press it? Okay. All right, cool, let's get back to the video. All right, so tip number 3, let's get into it. The last thing that I do every single day to make sure that I'm productive and that I'm delivering something is I prioritize each and every single one of my days. So what that looks like for me, you see this notepad right here, right? Every day when I get up, I check my emails and I'm getting ready to start my day. What I'll do is look at those emails and figure out exactly what things I want to accomplish that day, what I need to deliver today. I will make a list of those things in this notebook, and I'll prioritize it based on the things that I don't want to do. I'll put those things first. You know, you want to make sure you're delivering value. So you think about, you know, who's going to get value out of what you're doing, and you use that to help you prioritize your work. But additionally, sometimes if we let the thing that we don't want to do be the last thing that we do of the day, it's not going to get done. And so I'll try to start my day with those things, those mundane tasks, the ones that I've been putting off. I'll start my day with those things. That way, as I get to the end of the day, I feel so much momentum and I'm getting to the things that I'm actually happy about doing, or the things that are going to be a lot less painful to do. So I encourage you all to do the same thing. Prioritize your day, write it down in a book, you know, make a note on your computer, make a sticky note of the things that you want to accomplish today. Make it realistic. Don't put 20 things on there, because we ain't gonna get all that done. Realistic, maybe like 4 or 5 things you want to get done that day. Put them down, start working through that list in your time, you know, in your free time throughout the day when you're not in meetings or when you're not talking to other people. And I'm telling you, it will be so beneficial to you. You will find yourself getting so much more done because you've got marching orders for the day. Like, I know exactly what I need to get done today because I got it written down. It's not gonna change unless somebody, you know, needs something urgent, and that's not really likely to happen very often. So write your list down, stick to it, start with the thing you don't want to do the most. By the end of the day, you'll be excited to finish that last task, and you will be delivering, okay? Delivering. All right, folks, that's it. That's my top 3 things that I've been doing to remain productive and sane while working at home, trying to keep my work-life balance in place. I hope that you all got something out of this video. If so, please be sure to like the video. Hey, and leave a comment below if you have some ideas or some tips on what you've been doing to remain productive and keeping work-life balance while you've been working at home. I certainly want to hear them from you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. I'll be posting more videos about different topics here in the future. So I want to wrap the video with a quick story. And I think that it's been beneficial to me, and I want to share it with you all. So a couple of years ago, I was attending a tech conference in California. I found myself in a restaurant right after the conference was over. I was just out eating dinner and working and thinking about my future. And I was looking around this restaurant. There was a tree. The restaurant was built around a tree, and the tree was inside of the restaurant, obviously. And there were lights. There were lights that had been placed all over the tree. And as I was sitting there working, you know, thinking about like my future, thinking about 5 years ahead, I looked around and I thought to myself, wow, like I'm in a moment right now. I'm here, you know, at this conference. I'm learning so much. I'm farther in my life than I feel like I thought I ever would be. I'm doing so much more than I anticipated I would. I need to take a second right now and really enjoy this moment and live in this moment. And ever since then, I've been always telling myself and others around me how important it is to take a moment and enjoy the lights. So I'm gonna share that exact same thing with you today. I know we're always worried about what's coming tomorrow, trying to be prepared for things, but you are living in a moment right now, right? You are doing something great at this moment. The future is already defined and is predestined for you. Take this moment right now and enjoy the lights. Enjoy this moment, live in it, because life goes so fast, you don't wanna miss it. All right, folks, that's it for today's video. Once again, I really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed and got something out of this. We'll see you guys the next time. Peace.